All right. Good morning, everybody. Hey, this is Eric from Top Flight Trades. It is September 5th already, if you can believe it. Hey, I haven't been around the last couple of weeks. I've been out. As you probably know, the West is on fire. And so I was out busy with that, and I haven't been able to make the videos in the last couple of weeks. So I apologize for that. And so hopefully we can catch up here a little bit. This is a pretty important time. And my view of what the market's going to be doing is obviously we've had quite a wild ride here in the last week or two. I think we're going to continue. Kind of been talking about this for a while. We'll take a look at it here real quickly and kind of let you know what I'm thinking. So that is that. I'm just going to dive right into it. I think here at the end, I know Neyor, our buddy, is looking to hopefully join in on us with us here. Let me see. Everything's dinging here. So he'll probably be joining us here pretty quick. As soon as he comes online, I will send him an invite. And I've already lost my thing here. All right, let's take a look here. Okay, what are all these alerts? I got to keep a kind of an eye on my phones today. I just learned this morning as I woke, an old longtime friend recently died. So my phone might light up a bit, and I'll have to check on it. But we're good to go, I think. So hey, let's jump right on over. We're going to take a look at the charts here, and I'm going to do screen share. Yeah, and also for Bill. Bill, if you're out there, I'll be also working with covering some materials for you here today as well. I won't address it in this video. Watch this video, of course, but I will have more for you in another video coming soon today. So, all right, let's jump on over, take a look at some charts here. All right. First off, let's take a look here. The spider, S&P. Okay, let me zoom out a bit here. Let me get rid of some of my indicators down here. We don't need them. At least not right this second. Make the chart a little bit bigger so we can see what the heck's going on here. All right, well, here we are. Oh boy, let me turn off linear regression. You can see, obviously, that's now showing a downward channel instead of upward, which it was just here recently. But here we are, folks. I know if you're watching this is no surprise to you. But, you know, we've been trading sideways here for a while and not really going anywhere. And it goes back here, June. Which one was it? This one, June 19th, 18th. It was finally back on this day here that my views on the market turned. They were no longer, well, careful with words, but you know, at this point, you know, we didn't lose the bullish trend necessarily, but we were trading sideways kind of, but we were not making new highs, and so that concerned me. I wanted to see this come up, you know, kind of follow along this line for the most part, you know, and it didn't, and that worried me right there. And then ever since this point, I started taking some positions on the short side. Puts done really well. But that's pretty much where the shift in my view had changed, which is kind of new to me. I've been, of course, mostly on the bullish side for quite a long time. But this action up here just really kind of worried me. Bottom line is here we are now. And wow, you know what? This looks crazy. I knew we had this obviously, but it just looks, I don't know if my chart stretched out or something, but it looks really bad. It is pretty bad. Okay, well, you can see going back to this level, that takes us back to that dip back here in October of last year, last time we were in this ground here. And then again, that goes back into May of 2013. Crazy. Here we are. What are we doing? Well, okay, so again, here we are back up here. Finally broke through our support line we identified back here. We're already underneath all of our moving averages, the 50, the 100-day, and the 200-day. That's never a good sign. We finally broke this. This was the last area here. I'm trying to remember where we were at when we did our last video. It's been a couple weeks. We failed that clearly, and we're now out of it. And you can see I've drawn some support lines in here. And again, looking back after this day, what do we have? Well, here's some support back here. You think we can hold it? It did not. Oh my god, came all the way down here. Got a pretty good bounce. This red candle was actually a pretty good day overall. We got some bounce out of it. I know a lot of people were hopeful. We're looking like, hey, we're going to get that bounce like we did back in October. Let me jump on over here to October. Sorry, this is it here. This is the kind of bounce I know a lot of people were hoping we'd get out of that. Not so much. Yeah. So right now we need to make, I think it's going to continue to downward. I honestly do. Especially here next week. Until then, if we're going to see any kind of recovery out of this, we need to see higher highs. So if anything, I want to see this thing get above this level here at 199. Looking at the SPY here. We need to get up at least here and start in the very short term, start making obviously higher highs. We're not going to go higher if we don't make higher highs. So we got to see that. In the meantime, this thing pulled back again. Let me look at the 60-day or the 60-minute. It might show a little bit better. Okay, so here we are. Okay, this looks better. So here's our tank. Okay, kind of bounced around a bit. Again, came back down to this level. Finally, got a recent higher high from this level here. It's a higher high, okay. Pull back. That's good. Now we have a higher low. Okay, now looking good. And then we get up here to this point. We never made a higher high again. Okay. So now we have a higher low or a lower high. Okay, and that might be all right. We'll see what happens. Well, now it pulls back, and we came right back down to this same low again, the recent low. And that's where we remain today. And we have a big holiday weekend, 3-day weekend for the markets. And there's, with that, I closed actually a few positions out yesterday, Friday, just because of the weekend. I wanted to capture some profits while I had them. I'll probably re-enter some positions again on Monday, but I wanted to take my profits. It's a long weekend too. Anything can happen. I got a story for you. I gladly tell this story too. Let me continue. I'll jump to that here in a second. But anyway, so this is the S&P. It's just a mess. I mean, look at this. It's just all over the place. Up, down, up, down, up, down. And it's pretty volatile. It's pretty crazy. For the most part, if you're just like to play, you're bullish on the markets and you're only playing on the upside, hopefully you're not in. Hopefully your stops had stopped you out by now. Hopefully you followed your trading plan. You're not playing right now. This is the point where you're going to, especially if you follow William O'Neill's IBD, CanSlim, you're going to be just you're out of the market now, and you're you're just saving more money, gathering more cash. You're on the sidelines with cash only, and you're raising more cash. One of the things though with IBD is they really called this late. I think, yeah, I'll leave it at that. Little late. I think they finally called it. Where were they at? Market and correction. By the time we got down to here, I think they finally did it. And clearly, anybody looks at a chart and you can see that this failed supports multiple places. So that is that. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ. Okay. Oh, that's not it. Where are we? Oh, sorry. There we go. Okay. Same kind of thing. Just ugly. Let me zoom out a bit. Oh, okay. Well, same kind of thing here. Yeah. I am hoping this thing rebounds and everything comes back, believe me. But I'm thinking it's not going to right now. But that's just so. Yeah, there's the NASDAQ. Let's take a look at the Dow. Oh boy, I know the Dow's been the laggard here. The Dow, look at the chart now. The Dow's been the real teller here. So we've been watching a lot on the SPY, S&P, and watching. Look at this, not making higher highs at all. So that goes where you back. Oh, back same spot. I was talking about this one, October 18th or June 18th or so. But yeah, clearly you can see it failed to make higher highs. There's a sign right there. And then with that, you stand back and look at that. You can see this is just starting to curl. It's got a rounded top here. Okay, if you start meeting these points right here, and that's what we have. And so where's the downside? I don't know. Let's take a look at the weekly. Okay, there's the weekly on there. Holy smokes. Look at the weekly. Came down and touched a 200 week line down here, the purple. Essentially touched it. Amazing. All right. Hey, I was going to tell you one story I have, and this really just killed me. This cost me. And I'm done complaining about it. I got to fix it. But I am in FCX, Freeport McMoran. This is probably one of the worst stocks out there. I've been buying puts on this one for quite a while, since up to here. It's doing really well on it. I've been riding it since about 17, 18, I think. Last week we were down and got into sevens. And so this has just kind of been a steady one for me. And I've just been buying and buying and buying, and it just keeps doing well. But we got down here, and I was out on a fire. And what had happened was I'm watching the markets, and the markets are just not very good. And so what happened is I started out the morning. I actually had to be at a briefing in the morning. And so I had to leave my hotel by 6:30. And so that's when the market opens here on the West Coast. And so I don't really need to see the markets. Everything's fine. I trust it. I mean, I'm not day trading. I don't need to be by the computer, but I like to see how the markets open, see how they are out of the gate. Look for any unusual news or movement or anything like that. Well, I left, and the internet went down at the hotel right at the open, and I couldn't access it. Crap. So whatever. And so I travel about a half an hour to a place where there isn't any coverage. We're back where the fire is, and I'm at the camp. And I finally get to the command post there. They had internet later on, and I learned that Freeport was up. I don't know, 20% or something that day. And that's this day right here, this green candle. And I'm like, son of a gun. And I go to log into my account because I'm going to close some positions. I'm still up on 3 of the 4 of the contracts I have, positions I have. And I'm like, all right, And so what the news was that billionaire investor Carl Icahn was disclosed that he had been investing in Freeport McMoran, FCX, which is crazy because you certainly don't see the accumulation volume here. There's so many people selling. This was him. I was wondering who was buying. It must have been him. I don't know. And so this thing just absolutely popped. Well, I go to log on to my TradeKing account, and the site is down. Son of a gun. And when I finally caught this, I want to say it was like 10 in the morning. The market day was halfway through. And this thing just anyways, I couldn't access my account to trade. And I'm like, all right, that's probably a sign. Maybe I don't need to do anything. Let the markets do their thing. This thing's been good. It's just a pop, but that's some pretty big news for a lot of people. A lot of people follow him. Just like if Buffett were to, say he invested in Taco Bell, everybody would absolutely run to it. And this thing just kept running. And TradeKing's site went down. And what happened was their server farm, well, I wouldn't say they have a server farm. They're one single server that they have at a facility. This facility went down and affected a few others too. Air conditioning unit failed, caused things to overheat or some crazy thing, but they were down. I couldn't trade this at all for the rest of the day. Okay. And it ended up closing up 23%, something like that. And took a killing there. The next day, TradeKing was still down all day. Unbelievable. Yeah. And finally on this day, they got it open. I don't know. It felt like forever. The most helpless feeling is that's why you don't want to trade stocks that are illiquid. That's why you always want to make sure you have enough volume, because if your stock goes the wrong way and there's no buyers or no sellers and you can't unload it, it's the worst feeling in the world to watch your profits, or not even watch your profits slip away, but watch your losses deepen. And you can't sell your shares. Nobody wants them, Sorry. What's that? I'm sorry. I sound like somebody was knocking. And so anyways, so this cost me, I think I counted probably initially $2,000. In all, after it's recovered, it's been about $1,000. But just that morning, me not accessing the internet, that's fine. That happens, whatever. My fault, I guess. But with Trade King being down, oh my gosh, horrible, horrible, horrible. You can see it set me back quite a ways and made one of my contracts, essentially brought it back to zero. Well, actually brought it to about 50% loss on the contract. And I couldn't sell it. And since it's kind of pulled back a bit. So I'm still expecting this thing to continue to fall. The news is over. He's already invested. It's not like he's going to invest and introduce a bunch of new money. No, he's already purchased. So this is going to continue to fall. It's a really bad company, and he's lost his butt since then. His price average is like it's 17. So he invested couple billion or some crazy number, and he's going to be I don't know, he could said 10% owner in the company, wants a seat on the board, all that kind of crap. But he's already in the hole big time with this. So anyways, Trade King, I'm moving out of Trade King. This has happened before. The site goes down and they don't have any redundancy or backup or any continuity in their operations there. And incredibly, and now my account there is pretty strong, and I'm not, no, I'm not dealing with it anymore. So I'm actually moving over to Thinkorswim. I use that also, but I'm moving my money out of Trade King. It's just a mess. It's insane how a broker cannot have any kind of backups. I thought they lost all of our data, incredibly. But okay, anyways, that's FCX. Okay, so what are we going to look at today? Well, again, we took a look at the markets already. I'll go over a few things that I'm currently in right now, and I'll just shoot through them. And again, my overall sentiment here on the market is we're going to continue downward. World news is just crazy. I'm really totally expecting this thing to drop again, particularly by next Friday. Probably next Friday is going to be a real bad day, or possibly the Monday thereafter, but we'll see. Anyway, so what I had done yesterday, I got out of a few. Let me shoot through a few really quick. BDSI. I had some puts on this one. I got in somewhere. I don't know if I got in all the way back here. No, actually, you know what I did? I bought in down here, some puts, and I bought in some puts here. These I sold pretty quickly, did real well. Don't remember how I did on them. Only a 20% gain on that. I'm not sure what happened there, but well, it's positive, so I'll take it. And the other contract I had, I just sold here yesterday for a 53% gain. And right now, looking at this, where are we at? Yeah, I'm kind of seeing some area. It's going back pretty far, but I'll take it. Taking my profits out. So I sold. I can always get back in Monday if I feel. If this thing fails, support some more there. So that's BDSI. BDSI also had look at this day back here. Day of their earnings, really. That was a game changer for me. I was a little cautious after that. So that's BDSI. Again, we looked at FCX. This one, FCX. Let me look at my thing here. FCX. I see a 200%. My eyes. 46%, 30%. Yeah, we've done really well with FCX. I got a few. I've been in and out of that for quite a while. Anyways, yeah, so FCX, I closed the position there again, and I still have one contract still open with them. So we'll see how they do on that. I also got out of quickly. I was in GG Gold Core. I got in back here. I bought this day, I believe, on the 19th when it hit the 50-day here. Popped up above it, and anyways, I bought some puts on it, expecting to pull back, and it certainly did. There we cleared a good 33%. Not very big for options, but I'm being a little more conservative right now. I wanted, again, over the weekend, I wanted to close these out. Dollar-wise, 33% was pretty significant. And so I wanted to just take it, capture it, really, because it's always good to get, when you have your profits, take them off the table, and I should have done that when FCX spiked on that. I was up tremendously, and I lost a lot of it. So should have taken the profits while I had them and got back in. So anyways, that's what I've done. So GG, I closed out GG. The other one I was in Rayonier. Bought some puts on this one. This one I closed at 135%. That was good. I don't remember where I got in back here, or it might have been back here. But I closed that one out. Yeah, and then the other one I just closed out too was Joy. I closed out here. I did not want to go into earnings. And again, that was one I protected my profits. I only had I didn't leave anything on the table for the earnings, and it just tanked like 20% that day or something. But anyways, did really well on Joy. That one by getting out where I said we did. That was a good 56%. So hey, I'll take these. And it's funny with options, you can easily clear 100% or more. And so 30%, boy, it sounds like such a small little bit, but 30%, I'll take that any day. Any day. So those are that. So I'll show you a few others that I'm currently in right now. Sprint. I'm in Sprint. This one is where I think I got in here on this day. And I didn't sell. I don't know what I did there. Anyways, it's up on me now. So I'm in the red a little bit on this one. I bought this one deep in the money, so I'm not really sitting very bad on it as well at all right now. So, but we are making higher highs here, you see. So this thing's probably going to pull back. And if it gives me a new lower low or a new higher low back in this area, I'll get out. And I'll be about even where I'm at, as you can see. Okay. So we'll keep an eye on that. But again, next week, I'm thinking we're going to see some major market move. And so I'm really thinking that this is going to tank. But again, keep an eye on it. Next is Frontier, FTR. This one, again, I bought up in here as it came up to the 100-day. And it pulled down. I was expecting it to come much further. I didn't get it out of it. I got a higher low. And now it's bounced, and we'll see where we go here. It's again come up to the 100-day, or I'm sorry, it's 100-day moving average. Kind of getting caught up in it a little bit. We'll see what it does. Fundamentals in this company are not very good at all. But there's also talk. I saw something about, let's see over here, them merging with Frontier. Stock gains after FCC approves Verizon wireless operations acquisition. Okay, so it looks like Verizon bought some of their wireless. Anyways, keeping an eye on this one as well. So here I am up here. I think I'm still in the green, but I bought this one deep in the money as well. We'll see what this does. And again, next week will be the drill tell on a lot of these. Already talked about FCX. Then we have Weight Watchers. Okay, so this one, again, I bought up in here. I think I bought right when it just, I think when it closed up above, I think. And I bought a put. Some put contracts here. So it pulled back, I'm getting a bounce out of it. I'm watching this one as well. And then, this next week's really going to tell the story. This one, again, got a bounce out of it. Fundamentals with this outfit were horrid. So they really don't have a lot to stand on, but it's holding up pretty fair. And so again, we'll keep an eye on it for next week. I will probably unload it next week if we get any higher. If we get any higher here, we'll keep an eye on it, and I'll probably exit, take a small loss. That's fine. MRO, Marathon Oil. I just got into this a couple days ago here. You can see it looks like we've it looks like we found a high here, small top here, and so I bought in, looking for definitely to pull back and continue its downward trend. Let me turn on there we go. So now you can see the linear regression. Okay, so I'm expecting this thing to continue and fall back down, at least back down here to the 13s again, and hopefully further. So that's MRO. I'll leave the linear regression on so you can see that. Next, we have Suncor Energy. Okay, Suncor. Where did I get in here? I forget. I think I'm down about 30% on this one right now. I almost think I got in down here after it broke down under support here, and then it faked me out. This one was, again, deep in the money. So not sitting too bad on it, but down 30%. And again, we'll see what, you can see I have a lot of interest in energy here right now, and they've been really paying the bills. And so I just got this one wrong. Bought this one on the bottom of the channel instead of the top. because I thought it was going to fail. But anyways, that's the way it goes. So I'm looking for this one to continue downward right now. And then, yeah. Next is, okay, SC. This one is just, this is worthless. This one is absolutely worthless. I bought this call option. I don't remember where I played it. I don't think I played this breakout here. I don't remember. Anyways, what did I do? I did play this one. I bought a call, out of the money call at 28. And I bought it way back here for October. So it was a long time out. And it failed. And the market took a dump. And it's out of it now. The contract's worth nothing. I mean, I could probably sell it for a nickel. My commissions would be more. I'm not going to sell it. It's just dead. So that's one thing. When I started with options here several months ago, one mistake I made was I had a lot of contracts that would expire worthless. I was buying too far out of the money. You're just learning, and so I don't do that anymore. And this is one, again, I've had that I've bought way back here, like in May. And it's still there. It's not going to ever hit 28. I mean, unless, I don't know, nothing's going to happen. It's going to make it go up there. So that's why the contract's worthless. So I'm sitting on that. I don't even know why I even have it on my list anymore. Okay. Land's End. How are we looking with Land's End? All right. So, I have started a position in this, a put. Just one contract right now. So we'll see how we do here. This was deep in the money. Again, that's mostly what I'm playing with these options right now, just deep in the money. Anyways, I bought on this day. So I bought, I don't know what price point I bought at, but let me look at the 60 here. Yeah, so this thing's still just chugging away. And so I asked myself, and you ask me, what was your trigger to buy? I'm trying to see what the heck that was. What was I looking at? So, oh, I know. I bought right at the end of the day. Sorry. Go back to the 5 minute here. I bought right at the close. That's what I did. Okay, so you can see how we pulled back here. We got a lot of volume. Again, for this weekend, possibly, and then of course next week. I'm not expecting anything positive in the market. I'm expecting gloom and doom. Okay, that's what I think. But what do I know? So, anyways, I bought right at the close. So I was one of these who bought some puts at the very, very last minute. Again, buying on that. I don't have any positions in it right now, and this one I bought out of the money. Okay, this was one that I'm just threw a couple bucks at. And let me look at the daily. What did I buy? Okay, let me see here. Where's my sticker? Okay, I bought an out of the money $25 put. I bought it for 15 cents. Good price. I bought a bunch of them. Okay, so again, I bought a September. Okay, so that's September 19th, is it? September 18th, right here. Again, this is just a gamble, an absolute gamble that next Friday, September 11th, will have a huge impact on the market one way or another. Okay, that's what I'm expecting. So it's just an absolute gamble. I didn't throw a lot of money at it. Again, 15 cents. We'll see what it does here. So that's that. And then finally, the other one is ConocoPhillips. I also bought a last minute. Is that the 1 minute? Yes. I bought some puts on this one as well. This one, again, I also bought this one, kind of a gamble. I bought a 44 put contract here, $44 strike price, and it was 60 cents. So I'll take it. Bought a few of those. And so again, I'm expecting a pullback next week. It's also a September contract. So again, those are my two gambles. I've been talking about this for a while now. Doesn't mean I'm right, but I guess we'll see. And so I wanted to get myself best positioned. So I took my profits off the table, a lot of positions that I could to get that money in hand. And if I decide to re-enter Monday, depending on how the market looks, Tuesday, I'll make that decision. And then, of course, that'll probably also give me kind of an idea how we're going to look next week. So that's what we got going there. So what else are we looking at? I'll show you a couple stocks also that I've had my eye on this week. SA, Seabridge, we've been watching this one. Still kind of chopping around a bit here. It's got my attention when it came up and hit the 200-day here. Again, the fundamentals in this company just stink. You can see it's a gold and silver outfit, Seabridge Gold, and not really doing much right now. We'll see how we do next week. It's currently priced at $5.93, pretty low price stock. What's the other one we were looking at that got on my radar? Another gold company, AU, Anglo Gold, Ashanti. Don't know much about it. Just stinks fundamentally. It's gold. Let's see, MRD. MRD. Okay. You can see we came back down here at the 50-day and bounced off it. I don't think we're going to find a higher high. If this continues downward, it'll give us a higher low or a lower high. So anyways, that's that. I already talked about GG, MCF. Oh yeah, MCF. I like MCF. This one I've been playing on the downside for quite a while. I mean, all the way back in here, again, kind of like FCX. I've been playing this one just a ton in and out. Yeah, I've probably been in and out of that half dozen times in the last few months. Again, done real well on it. And recently here, we got a nice pop out of it. I don't recall the news. I wasn't in it at that point. Timing was right for me. I got out just before this, just randomly. Well, not randomly, but just by chance. I didn't see this, obviously, or anything. But as soon as I got out, a few days later, a week later, this thing popped on me. Anyways, I like where it's at right now. The problem is the volatility on this is really high right now. So it's the implied volatility, the IV. So contracts on it are pretty expensive right now, and they're really not seeing much, just too expensive right now. So on my rules, I keep my implied, depends where I buy, but the volatility is just too high. It's just through the roof right now. So can't get near it. But it'd be a good short opportunity. If you were to wait for this thing to look at the 15-minute, wait for this thing to finally start to curl over. Okay, here's the 15-minute. So we're still making higher highs. You can see the linear regression channel is drawn in here right now. I definitely want to see this thing. This is on the 15-minute. Have it fail this. At least get out from underneath the, the 100 period line. We'll see what it does. Not in that right now. So let me take a look at some of the others that have my attention right now. Yeah. Hold on a second here. Okay. Got this pulling up. Yeah, I talked about Land's End already. Land's End is, for a lot of you technical analysts out there, who rely on the Stoke and RSI and MACD and all that, you would say that this is definitely ready. Let me see here. Definitely overbought. Okay, I don't necessarily buy on those, enter position on those that criteria necessarily, but certainly it does hold true a little bit. If you look at, depending on what indicators you look at, just like, being overbought and oversold, when you have an indicator, let's say the RSI, see this proves wrong, really. You can say, well, look at it here. It's overbought. We should go short on it. Well, you didn't do very well, did you? See? Let me zoom in here a little bit. You can see we cleared this area up here. Didn't really pull back very far. Then we came up and hit it again. Doesn't really pull back very far. Then it took off again. It doesn't always really work. I don't have the MACD up here right now, but anyways, we're back to that level right now. That doesn't mean that this thing won't pull back a little bit and then continue off again. Again, that's where I rely on the fundamentals. Now they just beat earnings, but their outlook isn't very good, I believe. So yeah, Land's End sales slide 10%. But you see, it already got quite a run before earnings. Okay, so word on the street was probably they're going to beat earnings. Who knows? But I expect us to pull back. I mean, regardless of the news a lot of times is just noise. Okay, but you look back at these charts and you can see the support and resistance. You can see the price channels. You can see the moving averages. We look back at the charts and we see all that, and there's news interjected in there. But the stock still not always follows those rules. But you see the charts. You see the technical analysis that we can apply looking back on the charts. And, we can't see what the news was necessarily. So, news, I don't bother with news. I look at the charts. I stick with it. Okay, so let me look at Land's End here real quick while we're here. So what do I see? What is this here? Okay, hey, what do we got there? Here's some resistance here. There was support there. You think we're going to hold it? Okay, well, maybe we're up to it right now. Again, some pretty good selling there at the close here on Friday for Land's End. We're definitely overextended here. We've had quite a few days of nothing but green. We got to pull back. And so looking at their fundamentals, even considering their recent beating earnings, I'm still expecting this to pull back. And I'm also, again, expecting the market to pull back as well. The market's not going to be on the side of continued upward movement. I could be wrong, but the market's going to be, I think, red next week for sure. But who knows? Who knows? I'm definitely expecting this pullback here. At least get it back down in this channel is what I think. And that gives it back down to possibly 22. Again, the contract I bought was for 24. I definitely think that's achievable. So we'll see how we do there. What else are we looking at here? Another one is ACI. No position in ACI. But you can see this is kind of the same move I just talked about with LE. Okay, you see that? It's not very often where we have so many green days in a row. Unless, sure, if you said that Warren Buffett and Icahn and all those guys are planning to invest in this, everybody's going to jump aboard and you're going to have this kind of movement. Yes. But looking at charts, you don't really see that very often. You will get a pullback eventually. I forget what the old rule is. It's, I don't count it anymore, but it depends on the stock. But you can look at some of these stocks and you can pretty much measure how far that you're expected them to run green and how far for a pullback. You can look at, the Fibonacci levels. You can even just count green days versus red days. Okay, this is too many. How many times have we seen all green days? Not very often. We got a few here. Let's look back here. Excuse me. Let me see here. Okay. Let's look back here. This is going back. This is an earnings, and obviously, so we got 5 or 6 days green, then pull back. Here's a few mixed. So, anyways, so back where I was. Okay, so just take a look here at Land's End. You got that run here. This is essentially the same thing I'm looking for. Okay. Yeah, there's a red day in there, but just boom, 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 ran up outside the channel here. You can see the RSIs through the roof. It's off the chart. Stoke is up. Everything looks good. So we even got a little bit of pullback here. And so what I want to see is, well, certainly in this case, ACI here, I'd want to see it close below the 100-day moving average that we have here, this blue line. It could hold support there. You can see it closed above it, but we'll see. But I'm expecting this thing to pull back down, get back in the channel, maybe even come back down to, what level was that? Oh, geez, come back to the dollar range. This is too cheap. I wouldn't play this one, but it just hit on my radar here. Anyways, so you can see, though, if you did watch this and get in this and you saw this pullback where it finally changed directions, you could have got in the nines. You could have got in 9 something. You're already back down here to fives, the $5 range. And I think it's going to come down further. I think it can come down into the 3s. So we'll see. How did earnings do? Oh my gosh, look at the earnings. $7.30 loss per share versus the $5.90. This company, yeah. Okay, this is why I do not think, and they just had a split. Okay, so this is why this company is not going up any further. Okay, is it only obvious to me this company is losing $7 per share? Who is buying? No one. They probably haven't found coal in months. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, this is an easy one here. And then we're going to count the market direction. Okay, overall market direction. Yeah, ACI. Enough about that one. What else do we have here? Okay, we talked about Land's End. Okay, a couple others that I've kind of kept my eye on here and keeping my eye on. WPX Energy, another energy outfit. Again, so right now I have a lot of eggs in the old energy basket. I probably won't be doing much more there. Excuse me. But okay, we can kind of see here. Kind of see the midpoint here, this average line here we have in the regression channel. Kind of works pretty well. You can see we've come up to it now, and now we've pulled back off the area here. I could draw a little slight parallel line right there. We'll see what this does. If that's the case, expect it's at 7s now. Could see down here to 5s. So keep an eye on WPX. What else we have? I already talked about COP. See, a lot of the energies are just all over my radar right now. You know, and it's worked. It's worked because I've played a lot of these for the last few months here. Obviously, the energy has just been, and oil's just been losing it. Okay, DNR. This just hit my radar, but I'm cautious on this one because I see we were making higher lows. Okay, and we are making higher highs. So we are, we jump to the 60-day, and the linear regression should be upward, right? Yeah, slightly. Okay, well, there you go. That's what I see. It is an upward trend slightly. And so with that, you could play this channel in here if it holds it. DNR just made my list. I really haven't studied it much, but overall, here's the daily. Again, we are still in this channel low. I mean, this could totally fail. Watch next week. We'll see what happens. It could be down in the 2s in a second. That's DNR. And then we have CNX. This is one of the worst companies out there. Another energy. You can see they all got that same pop out of here. Okay, so again, we'll look at a lot of the energy companies. You're going to see the same movement here. And again, horrible fundamentals. Okay, this is a 37-cent loss versus a 1-cent profit per share last time. Where are we at coming up? Same thing, 1 cent. Not very good. Yeah. So one thing with the energy companies right now, though, is looking at some of this volume here, is they are getting some institutional interest, though. Okay, you are getting some people who are starting to try to find the lows, some of these funds, and they are trying to find these lows, and they are starting to load up on the energy side. So this isn't necessarily, energy's not, I don't think it's going to be one that's going to continue to tank. And, you know, oil is going to find a bottom. Consol Energy here says it's coal. I don't know much about the company. Yeah, I'm looking at news here. Arch Coal, that's ACI, I believe that's the one we just looked at, right? Is that Arch? Yeah, Arch Coal. And CNX shares take a beating after analysts downbeat outlook for coal prices. Okay, so yeah, definitely. Not that I follow the analysts, but I don't follow coal prices that closely, so I believe that. So yes, I would definitely think this is going to continue down, at least to support here at 12s, and then probably pop through. I looked at this one again. The volatility was just too crazy right now for me to enter. And so I did not. Okay, what else do we have? Some other ones. Oh, okay, I almost gotten this one. Actually, my order didn't get filled. Didn't like the price. TCK. I've played this one before. Same kind of thing. Again, this is mining. So hit the top of the channel, linear channel here, and we're going to bounce and fall off it here. So we're currently, Friday was a good day, nearly 10% down. So, and then we have Oxy, Occidental Petroleum. So you can see all these charts are looking pretty familiar, aren't they? Okay, let me look at a couple more here. RRC, oil and gas exploration, or oil and gas operations. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Kind of an early time to get in. But what I see here, let me jump to the 60-day and we'll see 60-minute, I'm sorry. Okay, it did kind of hold the 100 period line here. What I saw on the daily It looked like we had broken through support there, and we did, if you could crudely draw it. But we're holding it here. Daily. Okay, so this price is stock's currently at $36. So it's good. Could see some good movement out of it. Yeah, so that's RRC. Then we have CVE and their energy. And the list goes on, folks. Okay, another one, OKE. Onioke. I don't know how to pronounce it. Same thing. This one's just kind of falling behind a little bit. This was still down on Friday. So, a lot of things to play. If you like the setup here right now and you think that this is going to continue downward, there's a lot of stocks to play. This one's currently at $35 as well. Another one that is not an energy is SanDisk right now. This is on my radar. You can see it's come to this area here, and we're starting to pull back. This could continue up top of this channel, at least to the, we got the 50-day moving average here. You could even say maybe we've already touched it. Well, we didn't touch it, but, the charts aren't always exact. So did we meet it? Maybe. We'll see. It could come up another day or two and hit it and then pull back. That's one. Another one that's been watching here. ANF, Abercrombie. I was watching it back in here in this tank, and then it hit earnings. Beat earnings. Wow, it was supposed to be an 8-cent loss, and they reported a 12-cent gain per share. So that's quite a turnaround. They got a really nice pop out of that. Is it enough energy to pop it through? I don't think so. We've come up and hit the 50-day. You got the 100-day just above it. That might be about it for this before we pull back down into the 16, 17 area range again. We'll keep an eye on that. ERF, what do we have here? Another oil and gas. Again, same play, top of the channel there, folks. Yeah. Then we have NR, New Park Resources. Same thing. It's a little bit ahead. You see it's, again, the same pattern. Some of these are just at the top, and some of these have already pulled down or have fallen off the top of the channel, like Newark here. Then we have KMT. What do we have here? KMT, Capital Goods, Kennametal. All right. SCHN. That doesn't look ready yet. Geos. GEOS. Here we go. Scientific Technical Instruments. All right. That's that. And then what do we have here? Again, we already went over these, went over that. Did we already look at EGN? I think we did. EGN, yep. Be a good play. It's at $50 right now. Yeah. Another one is KN Knowles. Currently at $16. Let's see if that can roll over there. CSAL. Well, that's been doing nothing but going down. Currently at $20 here and 20 cents. Tuesday morning. Okay. Wow, look at that in earnings. It was at $9 and change. Missed earnings. Open up at 5 something. Oh, that's ugly. Trying to recover a bit. I don't think it has the strength. It's going to turn around and start heading south again. Lila. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Jeez. So these guys just IPO'd, obviously, here in July. And they were so hopeful that they'd be the next, get a bunch of capital. Watch them take off. Doom, doom, doom. Geez, right out of the bat, they did a double top here and pull back. It's too bad. Well, all right. Well, that's kind of what we're looking at here, folks. Let me see. I'm looking through my scans here, see if I see anything else. I'm really not seeing. We pretty much covered it. And again, what we're looking at is a lot of them are all energies. So, yeah. So if you do play anything, just really watch out. I wouldn't play anything that's pretty that's light on the volume. Again, I don't play anything less than oftentimes 700,000 shares per day. And that I'm not counting penny stocks or anything like that, of course. But generally I'll play, stocks. I don't look to aim at cheap stocks, but some of these setups, again, on these energies it's pretty easy to buy an option contract for pretty cheap. Not too cheap, but especially if you buy in the money, I don't mind kicking out more cash. Seem to get much better profits out of it. But that is that. Let me stop the screen share. There we are. All right. Okay, that's a long video here so far. I don't know how long we've been running. Yeah. So I don't see Nayor yet. So what's going to happen is Nayor is going to come on here in a little bit, and then we're going to probably do another one of these, and then I go. So, and again, so the plan next week, folks, is I will be out again. I am home for a few days, and then I'm going to be out on the fires again. So I am pretty much next week. If I'm entering anything, it's going to be for the short side. I really am. I'm really expecting things to fall apart next week, particularly Friday. And if not, then probably the Monday thereafter, which is like the 14th. That's where I'm at. So I'm just positioning myself for that. I'm not at the computer each day while the fires are out burning anyways. And so I'm just positioning myself for that. Sorry, my outlook isn't more bullish right now, but I got to stick to the chart, stick to my gut, stick to what everything tells me right now. And after here, the killing we had last week on the downside, I just got to watch it. So, yeah, so I hate to be pessimistic. I'm normally very optimistic, but all right, folks. Okay. So this is Eric from Top Flight Trades. Thanks a lot for watching. So Nayor, I'll look for you in a bit. He's across the globe, so our time frames don't always match up. And I'll put a break to this video. We'll start a new one anyway, so this video is not 6 hours long. And then Bill, if you're watching, I have another one coming for you soon. All right. Thanks a lot, folks. Thanks for watching. Have a good day and happy Labor Day. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.